Okay. So yesterday we saw about the summary report and various graphs, and also in the right click we saw the various options, correct? Now, and also we how to generate the reports, correct?
Да, Аркадий.
Yeah. How to generate the various reports, right? We generated the HTML report as well as PDF the report. All right. And let's see how I can take this graph in the, I can say in Excel or Word format. Now, one sec, guys. Okay, all right. Now, how I can take this graph and how I can paste into the Word or Excel or in the email also. How means, so you can just right click, okay, copy to clipboard, copy to clipboard. Then you can open, I can say, let me open either Excel or let me add in the Excel, so that you can use the same approach for Word or email also. So just once you did copy to clipboard, then you can just paste Control V, where the automatically the graph will be pasted here. If you see, it shows all the transactions including the transaction response times. Correct, everyone? So like this, even in the email also, if you see like example, in the email, if I want to add this graph in the email also, you can just uh, if I say, for example, in the new email, if I want to add that graph here, you can just paste it. Is it added the graph in the email? So like this, you can do copy to clipboard option, so that, you can copy paste the graph in the Word or Excel or in the email also. You can do like that. Okay. All right. And so then next one, we already saw about the view runtime settings of all the scripts, and we generated the PDF report. Then we generated the raw data also. Raw data shows what info raw data shows? Raw data shows each transaction response times. Details will be displayed in the raw data. Now let's move on to here in the summary report. The most important thing is, so we are seeing the 90th percentile response time here, right, everyone? Now how this 90th percentile response time, I can say 90th percentage or 90th percentile response time, how it will be calculated? How it will be calculated means, so the 90th percentile is nothing but, so out of total passed transaction, let's take the launch URL here. So how many transactions are passed? Launch URL 56, correct? Now tell me, what is the 90th percentage of 56? Come on guys, what is the 90th percentage of 56? Did anyone calculate it? Hello? Can you hear me, right? Hello? Guys, can you hear me?
Hear me.
So what is the 90th percentage of 56? Let's calculate. I can say, let me open the calculator. So now, so 56 into 90 divided by 100. I can say, in out of 56 transactions, the 90th percentile of response time is the 50th value response time is the 90th percentile response time, which means, now let's say, what is the 50th value response time? Either it's 17.196 or not. This will be identified using our raw data. So we already generated the raw data, right? Go to scenario, go to reports, open the raw data. Now, so I'm just doing the filters. Now let's select the filter of launch URL. Now I'm going to select this response times. Now copy. Now I'm going to add in another tab. Now what we have to do is, in order to find out the 50th value, right, I can say, so the 50th value response time. Now what is the 50th value? 50th value is showing as 9.97, correct? But that is not our 90th percentile response time. How? Now then, what is the first step? Means once you copied this response times for this transaction, then you have to make ascending order of response times, which means you have to make it as from smallest value to largest value. Now let's select okay, no problems. Now give the sort smallest to largest. Now if you see, what is the minimum response time? 4.69. If you see, 4.069 is the minimum response time. Is it same? And what is the maximum response time? We'll see. What is the maximum response time? 36.706. Now if you go here, if you see, the maximum response time is 36.706. Right. Now what is the 90th percentile? What is the 90th percentile response time? Is 17.196. Now what is the 90th percentile value out of 56? Is 50.4. Right. Now let's see what is the 50th value. So 50th value is 16.941. So 15.4, make it as 51. Now what is the 51th value? The response time? 17.197 seconds. Now if you go here, if you see here, 17.197 seconds, which means 90% of the response times are less than 17.197 seconds. Antena? 90% of the parser transaction response time వచ్చి less than 17.19 seconds, 17.197 seconds. Antena? Everyone?
Correct.
Yeah. So how the 90th percentile calculates means, you have to explain, like first we have to generate, first step em cheppalante, you have to generate the raw data, then ascend, I can say. So once you generated the raw data, take response times of that particular transaction, then make it as ascending order of those all the parser transaction response times. Ascending means from smallest to largest. Then find out what is the 90th percentile of response time. Then, so if let's take my total parser transactions is 100, then my 90th percentile, which means the 90th value response time, let's take if 5 seconds, which means that 5 seconds, which means 90% of the parser transaction response times are less than 5 seconds అని ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. ఇంటర్వ్యూలో డెఫినెట్లీ ద క్వశ్చన్ విల్ బి దేర్, హౌ టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ 90th percentile. 100% ఈ క్వశ్చన్ ఉంటుంది ఇంటర్వ్యూలో. ఓకే, ఎవ్రీవన్ క్లియర్ ఆన్ ద 90th percentile క్యాలిక్యులేషన్? ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి? సో ఫస్ట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు జనరేట్ ద రా డేటాని జనరేట్ చేయాలి. దెన్ take that particular transaction response times by filtering, then copy into another tab, then make ascending order of response times, which means smallest value to largest value. Then calculate what is the 90th percentile value. So if it is my total parser transactions are 50, then my 90th percentile is 45th value. So my 45th value is 13.58 seconds, which means those 44 transaction response times are less than 13.582 seconds. Correct? And then 44 transaction యొక్క response time so less than 45th value response time kada. So like that the 90th percentile will calculate. It's very important. ఇంటర్వ్యూలో డెఫినెట్ గా అడుగుతారు. ఓకే, క్లియర్ గైస్? ఆర్ ఎనీ కన్ఫ్యూజన్? ఎవ్రీవన్?
No.
Okay, all right. And let's see that next one is, I can say, the last option in the analysis. So So as of now, we merged the graphs and we did right click and we see various options, right? And so you can save your scenario by click on save as. I can say not scenario, that analysis. If you are not saving your analysis, again you have to reopen all the times of load runner results. Okay, you have to save this analysis also. Now let's go to the reports. Now let's save tool users analysis. Okay, click on save. Then the analysis will be saved. So you can directly open your analysis file. No need to open your results file each and every time. Okay. And next one is, so if you want to apply the global filter, as of now, if you see here, we are just applying the filters for individual graph, right? If you want to apply the filter for all, then there is a concept called global filter, set global filters, but it's very rare condition. So we want to use the global filter, but if you want to, if in the interview, if they ask how to set the global filters, then you can see in the file, you can use the set global filter. So set global filter ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఇట్ అప్లికబుల్ ఫర్ ఆల్, అంటే మనం ఏదైతే ఫిల్టర్ అప్లై చేస్తామో ఇట్ అప్లికబుల్ ఫర్ సమ్మరీ రిపోర్ట్ ఆల్ ద గ్రాఫ్స్ ఆల్సో. చూద్దాం ఒకటి. నా ఇప్పుడు నేనేం చేస్తున్నానంటే గ్లోబల్ ఫిల్టర్ లో ఒక ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ సెట్ చేస్తున్నాను. సో లెట్స్ టేక్ వన్ శాంపుల్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్. నా లాంచ్ URL సెట్ చేస్తున్నాను. నా క్లిక్ ఆన్ ఓకే. యావరేజ్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ రెస్పాన్స్ టైమ్ ఒకటే గ్రాఫ్, ఐ కెన్ సే వన్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ చూపిస్తుందా. నా సమరీ రిపోర్ట్ చూసాం అనుకోండి, ఇఫ్ యూ సీ హియర్ సమరీ రిపోర్ట్ ఒక ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ చూపిస్తుందా. సో గ్లోబల్ మీన్స్ ఇట్ విల్ అప్లికబుల్ ఫర్ ఆల్ ద reports as well as all the graphs. Okay, so if you think about the normal filters, I can say it applicable for individual graphs. Okay, so global means it applicable for all. Okay, so like this you can apply the global filter which reflects for all reports as well as the graphs. Okay, any doubts guys? Everyone?
No.
Okay, now let's see the real time how we used to share the results with all the stakeholders, right? How we can prepare the report and how we used to share that. We'll see that real time concept so that we can conclude on the analysis part. Okay. One sec. I'm facing some issue with this. Let's wait for 10 seconds. Okay, all right. Now let's go to the email. Still, this is not just one defect. Okay, all right, no problems. Now let's see the results. Let me take which application I can take. Let me take from Sanjeevani. Okay, all right. Now load test. Test has been completed. IT. Okay, let's see the report. Huh? Now, so let's see the how we have to publish the results. Now, if you see here, so what is the subject line? End-to-end 7.6 data control reconciliation 66 users soak test execution results. Now, hi team. So how we are sending the results? Hi team, please find the attached end-to-end performance testing soak test report for data reconciliation application on UAT environment. Now, what is the test details? Which environment? We have executed the test UAT. What is the URL? What is the user load? Now, what is the objective? మీకు చెప్పాను, మనం ఏదైనా ఒక టెస్ట్ రన్ చేస్తున్నామంటే ద టెస్ట్ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ సమ్ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్. ఒక పర్పస్ ఉండాలి, ఒక ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ ఉండాలి. దెన్ ఓన్లీ వీ కెన్ రన్ ద టెస్ట్. బ్లైండ్లీగా టెస్ట్ రన్ చేయం. మనం ఏదైనా ఒక టెస్ట్ రన్ చేస్తున్నామంటే దట్ షుడ్ బి purpose of that particular test. Now, what is the objective? The objective is to identify the application performance bottlenecks. ఎందుకు అంటే మనం సోక్ టెస్ట్ 8 hours రన్ చేసాం. ఈ సోక్ టెస్ట్ చూసారంటే 8 hours రన్ చేశారు. మీరు చూద్దాం. రైట్. Now, what are the objectives? What are the performance test observations we have observed in this test? Achieved 8,601 passed transactions with 562 errors. All the transactions are failed due to below error. So what is the errors? HTTP 500 internal server errors was observed after completion of 2.5 hours of test. 400 and bad request errors was observed after SSO ideal timeout reached, that is 3 hours. Observed high response times for below transactions. And if you see that CPU utilization of DB server reached 100% during the test. Note, due to high CPU utilization of DB, we stopped the test execution. As per standard, success should be 8-hour test. Okay, and performance test result. So if you see here, these are the total V users, number of virtual users. So what is the think time, what is the execution start time, execution end time, how much duration we have run it, what is the ramp up, what is the ramp down, and please find the transaction report. If you see transaction name, minimum response time, average, maximum, standard deviation, 90th percentile, total passed, total failed, and stopped. Now, if you see the response times here, 129, I can say close to 130 seconds, 80 seconds, 6 seconds. And if you see the status codes, if you see here, so 400 and 500 status codes, we say about 572 total. And if you see the servers utilization, CPU and database utilization, where you can see the database utilization is 100%. Correct? We're seeing 100%, right? If you see here, we're seeing 100% utilization. What is this? This is the database CPU utilization graph. Correct? Now let's come down. So like this, you can add your PDF report. Let's open this PDF report and see. Same, whatever we generated the PDF report, right? If you see here, so first name, job title, organization, and if you see here, executive summary. So in the executive summary, we have to write, right, what is the purpose of test and what is the user load and what scenario and what is the transactions we are performing. And in conclusion, generally we have to write the conclusion. So she did not written the conclusion here. Then similar, all the graphs, all the transactions. If you see here, all the same thing. Correct? So whatever PDF report we have generated is the similar PDF report here also. On the same PDF report. So along with, so we have prepared one more Excel. Let's go back. So let's open the Excel. So the transactions analysis report untadi. So where you can see here, same report. See, running V users versus throughput and database, and you can say EC2 instance and database CPU utilization. Correct? Everyone? So like this, you have to prepare the report. So if you see total duration, 3 hours, 11 minutes, 59 seconds, test was executed. Okay guys, at least you get some clarity like how we have to publish the results report with all the teams, like what type of reports we have to share with to the client, all this, right? Okay, so like this, and if you want to see another application report also, we'll see that. Chandrakala. Okay, now let's see. Chandrakala report as per PR. Aggregation, business scenarios. Let me open another application results. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now if you see here, similar, here is stress test, type of test, 1 hour, duration is 3000, sorry, load test is 3000 user load. And if you see here, how many transactions are achieved, 5,84,000, and failure is 14,000. And similarly, so you can see that all transaction response times with details, and you can able to see that graphs also, right? So running v users graph, and it's per second and throughput, and then CPU utilization of AWS report. So this is the one aggregation layer cluster, I can say, and another. Okay, this is only one report, that's fine. If you see here, CPU utilization of this node, where you can see the percentage. Okay, so like this, you can generate the PDF report and Excel report. All right, and if you want, we'll see another one. Product master, not product master. Okay, no problems. Okay, now if you see the Chitra, no, Prachi. As well approach. Okay, now ops console, if you see here, so we have executed load test in UAT environment. Please find the attached performance test report for end-to-end 7.6 apps console. Okay, test details, objective, and observations. So if you see the 90th percentile response times, and average, and failures, and what are the failure, HTTP 500 errors observed intermittently due to the ongoing fetch token issue. And so this is the detailed report, and services, what are the services we have tested, and what is the response times. Then you can see whether it's running users all. Okay, So for this application, we don't have any server metrics. Okay, client onboarding. If you see here, client onboarding. So client onboarding load test report. So if you see here, for high response times, we raise the defect for high response times and similar thing. And if you see the Lambda, this is the Lambda server instance where you can see. So okay, so like this, you have to share the results with all the teams. Okay, and if you see one more ESL soap test where you can see ESL. This is one of the another application, soap test. If you see, soap test is for 8 hours duration. Okay, and if you see instances utilization, so if you see, so like this, we can prepare the report and we can publish this report with all the teams. Okay guys, any confusion? Everyone? And start record. Okay. So like this, you can publish the reports of each and every load test after completion of load test. Okay. Any confusion guys over here? మనం రిజల్ట్స్ ఎలా పంపించాలి, సో రిజల్ట్స్ ఎలా ప్రిపేర్ చేసుకోవాలి, రిపోర్ట్స్ ఏమేమి రిపోర్ట్స్ అటాచ్ చేయాలి అనేది. ఓకే, సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు డూ ఇన్ డీటెయిల్ అండ్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు పబ్లిష్ దిస్ రిపోర్ట్ టు ఆల్ ద టీమ్స్. ఆల్ ద టీమ్స్ ఎవరెవరు ఉంటారంటే డెవలప్మెంట్ టీము ప్లస్ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ టీము ప్లస్ డేటాబేస్ టీము అండ్ ప్రోడక్ట్ ఓనర్స్. సో వాళ్ళందరూ ఉంటారు. సో అందరికీ రిజల్ట్స్ షేర్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. వన్స్ రిజల్ట్స్ షేర్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఇఫ్ యూ సీ హియర్, సో రిజల్ట్స్ డిస్కషన్స్ ఉంటాయి ప్రతిరోజు. సో ఇఫ్ యూ సీ మండే, సో వీ హ్యావ్ ఏ నార్మల్ మీటింగ్స్, సో వేరియస్ మీటింగ్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, so say performance test and daily status, monitoring discussion, daily performance testing, defect review meetings, ala various meetings ఉంటాయి. Okay, where we have to involve and we have to explain our test results, and if you are observing any issues, నువ్వు ఏదైనా ఇష్యూస్ అబ్జర్వ్ చేసావంటే లోడ్ టెస్ట్లో హై రెస్పాన్స్ టైమ్స్ లేదా మోర్ ఫెయిల్యూర్స్, దెన్ you have to highlight those in our meetings లో మనం హైలైట్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, alright, any confusion guys? అట్లీస్ట్ కొద్దిగా క్లారిటీ వచ్చిందా? సో రియల్ టైంలో ఎలా ఉంటుంది, రిజల్ట్స్ ఎలా పంపిస్తున్నారు అనేది. రైట్, సో like this, once we completed the test executions, so we have to publish the results report with all the teams. With that, I can say, so I can conclude on the load runner perspective అంటే లోడ్ రన్నర్ పర్స్పెక్టివ్ లో మనం కంక్లూడ్ చేయొచ్చు. బట్ వీ హ్యావ్ ఫ్యూ మోర్ టూల్స్ ఆర్ పెండింగ్. ఐ కెన్ సే పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ సెంటర్ అండ్ లోడ్ రన్నర్ క్లౌడ్. సో పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ సెంటర్ రేపు చూద్దాం సండే. సో మన ఫ్రెండ్ అవైలబిలిటీలో ఉన్నాడు రేపు. సో వీ కెన్ సీ ద పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ సెంటర్. పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ సెంటర్ మనం ఇప్పుడు కంట్రోలర్లో ఎలా టెస్టులు రన్ చేసామో పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ సెంటర్లో కూడా అలానే టెస్టులు రన్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, అండ్ లెట్స్ సీ ద లోడ్ రన్నర్ క్లౌడ్. మనం నిన్న ట్రై చేసాము, కొంచెం ఎర్రర్ వచ్చింది. ఈరోజు మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి ట్రై చేద్దాము. ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ దేర్ దెన్ వీ కెన్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ ద లోడ్ టెస్ట్. లోడ్ రన్నర్ క్లౌడ్ నేను యాడ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటే ఎర్రర్ వచ్చింది కదా. విల్ సీ నౌ. సో లెట్ మీ డిస్కనెక్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ ద ఆఫీస్ నెట్వర్క్. So let me load runner cloud. Let's see whether it can be added or not. We'll see. If it's adds, yes, free trial is ready. Let's begin. What happened? Error వస్తుంది. Let's see that what is the error. More tools, developer tool. Let's see this. We are getting 400 error message from runner low. Already have trailer. Where is that? I don't have. Already ఉందంట ట్రయల్. How come? లేదా this is 7. February 7. Let's try one more time. If not, then we can switch to JMeter part. Okay. Evening we can continue on the JMeter. చూద్దాం, ట్రై చేస్తాను మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి. మేబీ ఫైనాన్స్ ఇష్యూస్ ఉన్నట్టున్నాయి. విల్ చెక్ దట్. ఒకసారి చెక్ చేద్దాం. So more tools, developer tool. Mm-hmm. 400 error. Already have trial. I don't have trials. I can have already trial. Bad request. Okay. No worries. Work out later. That's fine. Don't worry. So once it's up, we can continue on this test execution in the load runner cloud as well as performance center. So performance center tomorrow we can see, and let's move on to the JMeter. So JMeter కొన్ని prerequisites ఉన్నాయి. So everyone, so we have to download the Apache JMeter. Everyone, మీరు ఒకసారి ప్రతి ఒక్కరు డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. ఓకే, JMeter ని. So I'm just going to the Apache JMeter website. Apache JMeter. Okay, just open this Apache JMeter website. Just open this and you can see download releases. Download releases ఉన్నాయా link? So click on download releases where you can see the latest version of JMeter. JMeter latest version చూస్తున్నారా? So the latest version is 5.4.1. So we have to download only binary, not the source. Source download చేయొద్దండి, binary. Here if you see Apache JMeter 5.1.1.gif file, GIF file ని download everyone. Okay, and so to run the JMeter we required Java. అంటే JMeter రన్ అవ్వాలంటే Java అంటే JDK should be installed in your machines. ఓకే, సో ఈ JDK ఎక్కడి నుంచి డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోవాలంటే you have to download from the Oracle website. Okay, you can just I can just type JDK 1.8 free download. Okay, and you can see oracle.com. Okay, where you can register yourself and you can download it. This is the normal process anamata. If you see here JDK So Windows 64 JDK 1.8. I can see JDK U281. This is 64-bit machine. Most of our operating systems are Windows 64-bit OS. You can download that. Okay. And if you see here, Windows 64 demos.zip, this is not required. You can just download Windows 64 exe. మనం ఎప్పుడైతే ఇక్కడ క్లిక్ చేస్తామో ఇట్ విల్ ఆస్క్ టు ప్రొవైడ్ యువర్ లాగిన్ డీటెయిల్స్ అడుగుతుంది. ఓకే, అకౌంట్ Oracle అకౌంట్. సో జస్ట్ క్రియేట్ అకౌంట్ అండ్ డౌన్లోడ్ ఇట్. ఓకే, సో Oracle అకౌంట్ ని క్రియేట్ చేసుకొని then you can download it, or let me see whether the zip file I can say whether our Google Docs having that file or not. We'll check that. సరిగ్గా చెక్ చేస్తానండి. Let me see in the Google Drive. We have that JDK. Then you can download from here itself. You don't have, right? No, we don't have. Okay, let's do one thing. You can create the account and you can download it. Okay, చేస్తారా? అకౌంట్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకొని డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకుంటారా? అలాగే, సో ఇవి డౌన్లోడ్ చేసి పెట్టుకోండి. సో JMeter ప్లస్ జేడీకే డౌన్లోడ్ చేసిన తర్వాత exe ఫైల్ జస్ట్ exe ఫైల్ క్లిక్ చేశారంటే యూనో ఇన్స్టాలేషన్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. యూ కెన్ ఇన్స్టాల్ దట్ JDK. సో JMeter రన్ అవ్వాలంటే JDK ఈస్ మ్యాండేటరీ. అండ్ ఈవినింగ్ at what time we can start? So that we can start on the JMeter part.
7 o'clock start.
7 is fine, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's connect 7. So, but మీరు end of the day, please complete installation of JDK and download the just download that, and I can tell you how to do that JMeter installation. Installation means there is no installation process, but I can tell you what is the process to open the JMeter. Another evening we can discuss. Alright guys, ప్రతి ఒక్కరు బట్ ప్లీజ్ ఇన్స్టాల్ ద జేడీకే. మీరు జేడీకే ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయకపోతే జేమీటర్ రన్ అవ్వదు. ఎవ్రీవన్. Alright guys, so let's catch up evening 7 o'clock, then we can continue on the JMeter, and tomorrow we can look at on the performance center part. Okay guys, yeah, thank you guys.